Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, September 30th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. And like that, there goes September. I'll tell you, this has been my week for stuff at the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park. 3 events and a meeting. And last night was actually for the Annapolis Film Festival, and I am getting ridiculously psyched, despite it being 6 months away. And I did hear a secret that has to do with my bonus podcast next weekend. How's that for a teaser? But now we have to talk about the news for Friday and kick off the weekend. So let's get into it, shall we? A 72-year-old Lothian man was killed when a fire tore through his mobile home in Lothian. The Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded yesterday morning at about 9:45 a.m. and were met with fire from a bedroom window. When they knocked the fire down, they discovered Thomas Riley deceased in the bedroom. He was the sole occupant of the home, and the initial investigation does indicate that the fire was accidental in nature. There were no working smoke detectors in the home. This is the 6th fire fatality this year in the county, and October is Fire Prevention Month, and when we do change the clocks, remember, check your smoke and CO2 detectors and change the batteries to make sure they're all working. If you don't have a headache, this one might give you one. The SHA is launching a project tomorrow on Route 2 from the South River Bridge to Central Avenue in Edgewater. They'll be resurfacing the road and upgrading the curbs, sidewalks, and ramps. The project is expected to last through next summer. Of course, weather permitting, so it could go a little bit longer than that. They say to expect overnight lane shifts and closures between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. and daily lane shifts and closures between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Basically, expect the normally heavy traffic to be abnormally heavy. I had forgot about this, but remember way back when the city of Annapolis and the city attorney decided to sue all of the oil companies for the sea level rise that Annapolis is experiencing? Well, the oil companies petitioned to have it heard in federal court, and yesterday a federal judge bounced it back to circuit court right here in Annapolis. The result still remains to be seen, but this may have been a gamble that paid off for the mayor, and it may pay for the City Dock project and the other projects the county hopes to run through the new Resiliency Authority. Now, I wonder about the suit that was brought up against all the drug manufacturers. 9 local organizations and businesses have been named as recipients of the inaugural Partners in Education Awards from Anne Arundel County Public Schools. The 9 recipients will be feted at a shindig at Live Arundel Mills in November. And the 9 winners were Anne Arundel Community College, Cheaper Than a Geek, Educational Systems Federal Credit Union, Lockheed Martin, Maryland National Guard, NASA Goddard Flight Center, Rob's Barbershop Community Foundation, the Annapolis Rotary, and the Complete Player Charity. Congrats to all. And thank you guys for taking a stake in the future of our kids. Hey, if you work for the state, Governor Hogan is giving you a going-away present in the form of a 4.5% raise. Comptroller Franco says there is a multi-billion-dollar surplus, and Governor Hogan is giving part of it away to all state employees. Look for that raise in November. All right, I have a feeling what I'm about to say will be rendered moot throughout the morning. The remnants of Ian are coming our way, and there are already a lot of cancellation of events scheduled this weekend, and I suspect there are more on the way. The best advice I can give you is to check online or call before you head out to avoid any more disappointment. But with that said, so far these events are still on, as far as I know. For the Love of the Library, tonight at the Michael Bush Library on West Street in Annapolis. Tickets are still available at aacpl.net, and we all should love the library, so this is a fun event. The inaugural Chesapeake Bay Bluegrass Festival is at Sandy Point State Park on Saturday and Sunday. Annapolis Green is sponsoring Kick Gas. It's an electric vehicle showcase at the Annapolis Town Center on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's free, and they expect more than 60 cars and owners to chat them up. The Bike AAA and Anne Arundel Rec and Parks Lifeline 100 bike ride is on Sunday. That gets underway at about 7 o'clock, goes till about 5, depending on how fast or slow you pedal. They are supposed to make a decision on whether that's going to be held no later than 10 a.m. on Saturday. Also on Sunday, the inaugural Dragon Fest at 4th Street in Eastport at Spa Creek. This is a fundraiser for the Annapolis Dragon Boat Club, which is a club of breast cancer survivors. We did a podcast with them a few years back on the Maryland crabs. It was quite interesting. And anyhow, they are looking to go to a festival in New Zealand in 2023 and are raising money. The event is free, but donations and merch purchases are encouraged. 4th Street and Spa Creek in Eastport from noon to 3 p.m. is where you want to be. And finally, the final First Sunday Arts Festival on West Street is this Sunday from 10 a.m. till about 5 p.m. And again, I recommend that you check with any event to make sure. The only one that I'm relatively confident will go off is the For the Love of the Library. Whew. All right, that's it for the news and events. Here's some podcast news for you. Tomorrow on the Local Business Spotlight, it's Jeff Holland, and next weekend, Commissel Brown. Of course, we thank you for listening and putting up with us every day, and I appreciate you spreading the word. We also thank our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, Scout and Molly's, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company. It is Friday, the weekend is here, so now it's time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun inside or out, and keep shopping local. Other than that, we're going to see you on Monday. So now hang tight. We've got George Young from DCMDVA Weather here with your locally forecast weather. All that in just a bit.
Ready for a new look for those end-of-summer parties? Come see us at Scout and Molly's. I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate this great little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center. After spending the last 2 years shopping online, come enjoy a fun, in-person shopping experience with a bonus, real customer service. We'd love to help you pick out the perfect outfit for back-to-school Annapolis boat shows and nights out with your friends. Scout and Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thanks for shopping local.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, September 30th. Yesterday worked out really well across the Annapolis region as clouds held off most of the day, allowing for plenty of sun and comfortable temps near 70 degrees, followed by a spectacular sunset. But today into early next week will be a different story as impacts from what is still Hurricane Ian will be felt throughout the mid-Atlantic region. Look for increasing clouds today throughout the day with a chance for some PM showers and then a likelihood for some steady rain in the nighttime and overnight hours as Hurricane Ian moves toward an afternoon landfall somewhere between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The storm's third landfall after making western Cuba and southwest Florida earlier this week. From there, Ian will progress northwest across the Carolinas, bringing additional rain here to Anne Arundel County Saturday and Sunday, along with some gusty winds too, with rainfall totals possible for the weekend in the 2 to 3 inch range or even a bit more in spots when all is said and done, as steady northeast winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour on Saturday will produce gusts into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range at times as well, with winds remaining breezy Sunday, with overall heavier rain and slightly gustier winds expected maybe to the south and southeast of Annapolis. So be safe if out and about wherever you go this weekend, and be sure to check ahead before heading out to any local festivals and events, as some things could easily make the decision to cancel due to the weather on either Saturday or Sunday, including the Kick Gas event was on Saturday, October 1st, and the Lifeline 100 Community Bicycle event in Anne Arundel County on Sunday, October 2nd. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, especially with the rain and breezy winds in the region this weekend. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.